Hi everyone, welcome back to HowTechs. Today we have the LeEco LePro 3 and we're going to show you how to use the camera and video functions here on the phone. So you want to go to the camera icon, which is here on the bottom right. Just click on that, and as you can see, it's a nice display. You can zoom by pinching and take a photo by just hitting the white button here on the bottom, and also works of course in side mode for the wide photos. And you have a couple options here. Basically there's different modes. There's panoramic view, photo, video, and slow motion, and you can just scroll to the left and right to switch between those. And in the photo mode you can bring up some filters. Just click on this thing and you have different options. Up on the top you can switch between the front facing and rear facing camera by clicking here. This is an 8 megapixel front facing, and then the rear facing one, which is here above the fingerprint sensor, is actually 16 megapixel. And you also can turn between the always on flash, flash off, and then auto flash as well, and then some settings. And if you click here, you can set a timer, shutter sound on or off, do the geotagging on the photos, adjust the exposure, contrast, some basically advanced settings. You can also adjust the white balance and then the picture size. So for the picture size, you can do either 4:3 aspect ratio or 16:9, and you can do 16, 12, or 6 megapixel photos. So if you're taking things that are maybe don't need print quality and you want to save some memory, you can select smaller. So let's go back up to the menus, and you can also scroll over, and there's a couple other kind of advanced features for the camera as well, saturation and sharpness. So that's for the still camera. Also you can do other options here on the bottom, including night mode, square photo for say Instagram, and you can quit out of that. And then other options include kind of a makeup app and scene, which includes things like landscape, beach, portrait mode, sports mode, etc. So it's actually pretty comprehensive, and of course also HDR. So for HDR, you can it's useful if you're taking photos, say of someone standing underneath a tree, and you want to get both the sky behind them and the person in the shade at the same time, and you can turn it off there. So those are those options you can basically pull up from here or bring it from here. And then so for video mode, similarly, you have a couple options here, which is most important is the video quality, also shutter sound and geotagging. For the video quality, you can choose between 4K, 1080p, or 720. One of the cool features is when you're actually taking a video. So let's shoot a video, and it actually shows you the not only the time but also the file size. So especially if you were to do 4K video where it's just huge, like 10 seconds is like 50 megabytes, this can really add up quick, so it's good to be able to see that. And you can also, even while it's filming, you can turn the light on and off, so you can see the actual LEDs on the back. You can also pinch and zoom while you're recording, and you can also take a photo. So if you click on this one on the bottom, you can still take still photos while you're shooting a video. And one other thing is, while you're shooting a video, you can actually pause and then resume filming. So rather than having two separate video clips as two separate files, you can store sort of multiple takes in one. And then even with the video, also while you're filming, you can still adjust the autofocus on different objects as you're going. So that's the video recording. Slow-mo, it actually records in, I guess, 4x mode. So instead of being 30 frames per second, it'll be 120 frames per second. But unfortunately, you can't adjust that. So it's basically, that's what it's set to. And clicking on this won't actually adjust it. So if you want to actually see the videos and photos that you just took, you can actually click on this gallery icon here on the bottom right, and it'll bring it up. And one of the strange things is, instead of the default being this way to go back, it's actually this way. So anyway, you can see the photos, you can zoom in and out, and then if you click, you can see some information on them. You can share them, delete them, do some editing, etc., and favoriting. So, and then if you just click on this arrow to go back, it goes back up to the camera. So that's the basics on the camera and camcorder on the LeEco LePro 3. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. If you have any feedback, let us know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and don't forget to check out our other how-to videos for the LeEco LePro 3 and many other popular smartphones and personal electronics. See you next time. Thanks. Bye. The key thing here is to line up the hole on the tray surface with the hole on the phone itself, which will be towards the top of the phone, and just